you are going to learn, most of the things you are implementing in your lab. Okay. So module 4, it's approximately 9 to 10 hours uh, chapter. So Android messaging and networking. Okay. Before going in details of SMS related discussion, so think if there is no messaging service in the mobile, what will happen? Which are the applications is not going to work? If no concept of SMS messaging, if no concept of SMS messaging, what will happen? Think any applications which is not a part of SMS nowadays. You come with across with WhatsApp, SMS communication. That is the different multimedia communication happens. Come to the banking point. To provide security, they are using SMS service, OTP service. Come to any other like for example generating the bills in the mart supermarket, generating bills. After generating bills, after swiping your card, again you are getting the SMS. So and so amount debited towards so and so market of worth rupees so and so. Is it or not? The importance of SMS. So in the absence of SMS messaging, it is difficult to imagine the world. So that much of importance is there for SMS. SMS meant for mainly communicating the messages. Most widely, SMS meant for using text messages rather than multimedia. So if you come across with the social media networking like WhatsApp, uh, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, ShareChat, etc., and so on, they are going to support both the text as well as multimedia like images, audio, video, etc., and so on. Right? So now we are going to learn if you are developing an application for the community of the users. Suppose if you want to support your application to send SMS, which is a base service of any of the mobile phones and the applications, right? If you want to provide the such service, you require to understand some of the built-in functionalities which exist and how you can override them to send the SMS. And also nowadays there is a possibility of providing block of the SMS. If you don't want to receive the SMS of a particular service, you can opt for DND, do not disturb. Do not disturb. Stop receiving the SMSs which was broadcasted from the advertisers. So customized SMS settings also can be configured with the help of the built-in functionality of the SMS manager. SMS manager of mobile application, that is Android Studio, right? So the importance of SMS messaging we have seen now. Suppose when with respect to your presentation, so basic Android application is up and running. Yeah, when the application is running, the next interesting thing you can add to it is the capability to communicate with the outside world. So when the mobile is in off mode, you cannot communicate because the mobile is a device. It acts as an interface between two persons. So the device from one end, the person who is talking in another hand, the person who is listening. Here, the hardware device, mobile, act as an interface for the communication between two persons. So usually in the common environment, the communication media is the air. Air is the communication media. So with the help of the air, the special signals, you are sending and receiving the text information through the mobile devices, right? You may want your application to send an SMS message to another phone when an event happens. Many a case, what happens? Already you learned about the notification types, alert and toast. Toast is built-in service, alert the external messages which is entering into your device. In such cases, alert and toast are helpful. So built-in service also you can use as a toast. Suppose external message is coming into you. For example, just now probably you might got the Google Calendar event notification at 10:45 mobile application class. So it is an external message pushed onto your email communication. Or maybe you got that message in your mobile in that email application, right? So when the event happens means when it triggers, if any scheduled SMSs are there, in those cases, event will be triggered according to the destination address. The sender is sending the SMS. So here, observe here, device is there, sender is here, receiver is at the end. Receiver is here, it defining it as a destination. Here, sender is the source of the message, and source of the message having the phone number, source phone number. Destination also have the phone number as an address to deliver that SMS message, and in addition to that, any acknowledgement received. So during previous days, maybe you may be set now in the configuration of that SMS. Once the delivered the SMS, you will get the acknowledgement receipt of that SMS. Yes, your message is delivered to that person. Whether you are expecting those such kind of the customized SMS messaging, you can also provide that support to your mobile application using built-in SMS manager, right? So you may wish to access a web service that provides certain services such as currency exchange, weather, etc. So weather forecasting, if you customize your phone to tell you in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening what is the current environment warming state. So or hot or cold. So according to that, you are going to readjust yourself mentally, right? So such kind of application also which will make use of SMS messaging. So SMS messaging, one of the main killer applications on a mobile phone today. Yes, Sarah, do you agree with me? SMS messaging is one of the main killer applications on a killer applications means don't think in negative way. Killer means it kills your time. It kills your time. Actually, the SMS came into existence to avoid the traveling time of a person from one place to another place, to avoid the delay of sending a message. Previous last few decades back, to send a message, we were used to use the post office. We required to write the letter and put it in the post box. Then postman will collect and will sort out the destination address. According to that, it is going to be reached. So to avoid this process delay of sending a single set of statements or the set of letter words, this SMS came into existence. But SMS nowadays, how it is becoming a part and parcel of our life is most of the time we are spending our time in exchanging the information. So most of us, whether we are seeing our face or not day to day life, but we are seeing the Facebook in the morning itself. We are looking into our device to see and check the WhatsApp messages, who has sent a good morning or not, right? So such kind of addictions is happening currently in the current trend of the mobile market. Yes. So that's why in that sense it is called as killer applications. Fine. Any mobile phone you buy today should at least SMS messaging capability. Any basic phone nowadays, not only smartphone, any basic phone if you buy also SMS messaging is supported, and nearly all users of any age know how to send and receive such messages, right? So Android comes with a built-in SMS application that enables you to send and receive SMS messages. So Android itself, it has APK, Android packages. Those packages are built-in classes and the predefined, well-defined and predefined methods to provide the functionality of SMSing the applications, right? In some cases, in general sense, basic facilities are provided. Suppose if you want to override the existing capabilities of SMS also, it will allow you to override that. But the SMS capability you can customize such that you can stop receiving the message through DND service, do not disturb service. Or suppose if you if even you can schedule the time after 6 o'clock. If you don't want to receive the SMS from outsiders, then you can customize your SMS application manager and stop receiving the messages after 6 p.m. All such facilities you can customize according to existing Android SMS classes and functions. You suppose, for example, you might want to write an application that automatically sends an SMS message at regular time intervals. For example, kids tracking attendance status, monitoring state, etc. In such applications, it needs, rather than suppose proctor meeting every week, Friday afternoon proctor meeting will happen, right? Instead of remembering and sending the SMS by manually, instead of that, you can schedule every Friday morning at 10 o'clock. Yeah, the SMS should reach to the students. Means you can schedule the SMS messaging for repetitive sending the SMS automatically, right? So another example, kids tracking to keep to monitor the kids who where they are, whether they are get into the bus, where or get down by the bus, whether they are in the class or in the playground, to keep and monitoring such to make the part of it to track the kids or attendance. So you can use the SMS messaging. So you can schedule. So every day 8:30 to 4:30, whether that student is attending or not, you sending them SMS to their parents. Your ward is not attending. Your ward is attending, etc. Such kind of application you can use these scheduled SMS, right? So these are all the importance of SMS service in our day-to-day life. Note: you don't need a real device to test SMS messaging. The free Android emulator provides SMS capability. So SMS messaging nowadays, way to SMS. Probably you heard about the site way to SMS. Through way to SMS, you can send the SMS as an unknown sender. So in the beginning of that way to SMS website deployment, so there was no sender identity disclosed to the receiver, but nowadays that is also included in the way to SMS. Who is sending the SMS through way to SMS also they are mentioning that, because security threat or security issue is there. If unknown sender is sending the information to you, means whether you should respond or not, you need to come to know that. That's the reason they are including that sender even identity also, right? Your application can automatically send an SMS message to a recipient without user intervention. Means automatic sending the SMS is also possible with the help of Android built-in packages. So please note on some of the syntaxes which I used here. That might help you to create the SMS packaging in the lab, as well as for internal or external examination. These syntaxes are very much useful. To send an SMS message programmatically, gradually we are moving towards the technical insight of the SMS messaging in Android Studio. You can use the SMS manager class. So SMS manager class is the base class of most of the SMS which you will send through this Android Studio. You do not directly instantiate this class because it is an abstract. Instead, you call the get default static method to obtain an SMS manager object. Through the calling of get default static method, you can access the SMS manager object. You cannot instantiate when the classes are not instantiate when class is final. When class is final, you cannot inherit or extend, right? So SMS manager is final. If you want to retrieve the base object of the SMS manager class, you need to explicitly mention get default as a static method. Then send the SMS message using the send text message method. See, observe here how they are designed in Android Studio in such a way that Android Studio basic functionalities won't be touched by any of the developers. Means those are fixed. The thing is only the additional can be customized. Additional options can be customized. So basic functionality like sending the message, receiving the message, accessing the SMS manager class, all those things are fixed. The thing is additional service like stopping receiving or barring the incoming message, such kind of customized services can be given to the developer side, right? Otherwise everything is included in this. Then sends an SMS message to another device. Please note down the syntax. Very important, this one, syntax discussion. So provide void send SMS. So this syntax is sending SMS message to another device, from one device to another device. So the declaration is private. Declaration and definition is void send SMS method, string phone number, string message, destination phone number, and the message you are communicating to the destination phone number. Right? With the help of SMS manager class, you are instantiating the SMS manager class object on by invoking get default method. Get default method is a static method of that SMS manager. Through that, you are instantiating this SMS. Then, with the help of SMS, send text text message method to sending phone number, message, and these three parameter is null. What is those parameter null? We will see in the next slide. So means default is sending message to the destination phone number. In addition to that, what is null? We'll see in the next slide. So what is the null? So first one is destination address. Phone number is the destination address. Second, null is the source address. A service center address. Via this service center, you are sending the message. So obviously, you will everyone in your phone, you will have a service center phone number, right? So you can specify it as a null for default SMSC, right? Then the third argument is text, which is you are sending as a content of the message, and the fourth argument is null, which we are mentioned in the syntax, is set intent. So set intent is a pending intent to invoke when the message is sent. So sometimes some channels are busy to deliver your SMS message. In that case, this fourth parameter is used to hold the message live till it reaches the destination. This is intermediary intent, a small like storage kind of the object. It holds the message until unless you are reaching the destination. So it is a pending intent to invoke when the message is sent. So maybe you can think of the message saved in draft till it reaches the destination. So second intent is the fifth parameter is delivery intent. Delivery intent, that is pending intent to invoke when the message has been delivered. So how many intents are required? One is send intent and another one is delivery intent. So these five, among the five arguments, three are optional. One you can set to them as null. Two are mandatory. One is destination address, that is phone number, and the content of the message you are sending to this destination address. Second parameter is service center. If you specify null means default service center, it will route. Then the fourth is sent intent. When the message is sent, this is invoked. Deliver intent, when pending intent to invoke when the message has been delivered. So through the delivery intent, you can get the acknowledgement. Your SMS is delivered. Through the set intent, you can come to know that so message in the draft box or message is out of the box, still it has to be reached, right? So these are the five different very important discussion. This one, how you can create the SMS kind of application using built-in SMS manager. See, note, if you send an SMS message programmatically using the SMS manager class, the message sent will not appear in the built-in messaging application of the sender. So if you just using the Android Studio basic API of SMS manager directly, so then everything will be there. If you are using a part of it through the programmatical message programmatically, if you are sending, message sent will not appear. Please remember this one. So we'll look into some of the code snippet of SMS activity. Okay, I think screen is visible to you. Right? See, to design an SMS, what and all the things you needed? Two text box, from address, subject title of the message, or just the composition of the message in the text box. Three fields are required: to address, phone number, from address, that is your phone number by default. The another is the message composition box, right? So here a simple snippet code. Here you designed a button. When you click on the button, it sends a SMS. See, observe here, in addition to the button attributes ID, layout width, layout height, and the text of the button, that is send SMS. In addition to that, one more attribute you defined here, on click. Means when you click the button, on click method attribute is going to call the on click method, which is defined under the activity main.java file, which it is defined under the activity main.java file, where on click method you define under the activity main.java file. When you click the button, on click, directly it is going to be invoked by loading the home screen of the activity. After, it won't bypass this, it first loads the activity, home activity, and the action is going to be performed here. What action? When you on click, what is the view it is going to set? Send SMS. It is a built-in method of the SMS manager, which it is defined here, telephony.sms manager. Here, telephony.sms manager is present under the telephony package of the Android Studio, right? So next, I will have to include the proposed location 19. 19 is less than 47. Next, here observe. Yes, 5556 is the destination phone number. Hello, my friends is the message which you are sending to the destination. Here, the destination is AVD emulator number. Means in the phone itself, you are using in the Android Studio, you are using emulator, AVD emulator. as a destination number, that hello my friends, this message is displayed onto a emulator screen. So the second method is, this is sending SMS within an application itself. This is send an SMS message to another device. In case of another device, send SMS, destination phone number, the message you are going to display, send. So define SMS manager SMS manager dot get default method is invoked to get the object of SMS built-in class packages. Then SMS dot see observe here, send SMS is sending inside the device itself. To send to other outside the device, SMS dot send text message is required to define. Send a text message, destination address, that is phone number, the message which you are sending, by default service center, SMS service center. This is sent intent, this is pending intent. So all defaults are used to send the basic message to the destination address. So to work with SMS, some permissions and configurations is needed. What is the permission? Where we can define? We can define under the Android manifest.xml file. Here, see, observe here, Android manifest.xml file, in addition to the application details, you need to define these two line of code in the Android manifest.xml. These are the permission line. Users SDK, minimum SDK 14 onwards SMS is supported, and the permission you need is android.permission.send SMS. So remember, this is the permission tag required to be included in Android manifest.xml to send the SMS from your mobile phone. Is it clear? So users permission, remember the syntax, users permission, Android name equal to android.permission.send SMS. It's in capital case. Okay? I hope you understood. Clear?
Next. Another partisan. Partisan completes 2. Write the second location partisan. This is what the sounding the boundary 19, 31, 47. So elements were started in this case. 19, 31, 47.
Next.
62, 84.
Very interesting concept, this one, SMS concept. Now, since those two intents are present in our SMS, we need to understand exactly what is intent. Intent is nothing but it acts as a glue that enables different activities from different applications to work together seamlessly, ensuring that tasks can be performed as though they'll all belong to one single application. So one very good example for intent is your gallery. Your gallery. Suppose if you are registering for an application, obviously there is a registration page. So if they are expecting you to upload your image, actually gallery is different content provider. Your registration page is web view content, right? Choose file or upload image is an action to be performed. These two different set of the applications interacting when you choose or upload that file button. So here in between, there should be some connection should be there to complete the task of registration process, right? So here in these situations, intents are used to communicate between two different applications act as a glue. What do you feel that registration form, web view, and gallery are a part of the same application? You will feel actually those two are the different contents. With the help of the intent, you are making this to happen. You feel that as an end user, what you feel that you feel that the application is one single application which you accessed so far. So to create a feel of single applications, the intent concept is used. Getting next. So intent linking activities using intents. As I said, same example. An application contain 0 or more activities. So probably you done the experimented this in a program number 2, means calling one activity to another activity. When you submit the registration form, all the registration form data content is going to be displayed onto the second activity. There you use the intent object and you invoke the start activity method on the intent dot start activity method is used to establish a connection from current activity to the second activity, right? So probably you understand that this one, when your application has more than one activity, you often need to navigate from one to another. So intent dot start activity and the second activity object what you are passing, it is connecting from current activity to the second activity, right? In Android, you navigate between activities through what is known as intent. Through the concept of intent, you can establish a connection between two activities. Now, so with respect to the intent, I think you understood. Now, continuation of SMS, the messaging. So getting feedback after sending a message. So getting feedback means you need to have a connection from the delivered message to the destination device to the sender device. There should be an establishment or the session should be established between the sender and the destination. So to make such kind of session oriented delivery service, you need to have a pending intents to keep track whether you sent message has been sent correctly, whether it has reached that destination or not, to ensure the insurability of your message sending from mobile to mobile. So pending intents are used. To do so, you can create two pending intent objects. One is to monitor the state of the SMS message sending process. Another is delivered success status process. So the two pending objects is to monitor the status of the SMS message sending process. So pending intents are helpful to monitor the SMS message sending process. Entire process monitoring is happening here, not just a message, what message you are sending, right? These two pending intent objects are passed to the last two arguments of the send text message method. So these two pending intents are used as a last two arguments in a send text message method of an SMS application. Very interesting one.
So how you want to use later stages you do not get it wrong. So because of this, our type for that is equal to 0. Yes, I is equal to 1. Now Shruti, I is equal to 2 means
Are you able to visible this one? Yes. Look into the packages which we are used. Send a simple SMS application to create a simple application. See, app.activity for home activity, app.pending intent to bind the service and the process. Broadcast receiver is helpful for sending the messages. Context to read the current context of an activity. Intent to glue between two activity are the two different applications. Intent filter when similar to that, and bundle most of the package needs to be bounded with the application. Telephony.sms manager is used for managing the SMS and creating and sending the SMS message to the destination. These are all the view what you have used. Toast also used in the widget message, part of the widget package. So you are defining an SMS activity, extends an activity class or app compact theme activity. String you are defining, sent message status, initial status you are defining as initializing. SMS sent, SMS deliver. Sent is different and delivered is different. SMS sent means might be it is on the way to deliver. SMS delivered means it is already reached the destination. There is a slight meaning different. And you are defining two pending intents. One is sent intent and delivered pending intent. So another two set of the broadcast receiver objects you are defining. One is SMS sent receiver, SMS delivered receiver. This method is called when the first activity is created. On create method is called to initialize all the home screen activity. Then sent pi sent equal to pending intent dot get broadcast. This means current text 0 comma new intent sent comma 0. See, this is a single statement. You need to understand. Sent pi pending intent is holding the current context, that is source context. New intent is going to be created for the send because it needs to be keep track of the message and it needs to be hold that message in between till it reaches the destination. Next, deliver intent, pending intent dot get broadcast. This dot 0 dot new intent delivered message with 0. We'll see what is this 0 and this 0 stands for. Next. So when you click on the send button in the message text box from your phone, usually nowadays now reliable delivery of SMS is there. No doubt at all. Most 99.99% definitely SMS will be reached to the right destination. Right. After reaching that, in the earlier days, we used to use the basic phones whether to confirm that whether SMS is delivered or not. The acknowledgement recipient's message will be come back from the delivered address, right? See, on resume is invoked means on resume means activity minimized after sending the message means activity should be come back to the original state to send one more message, right? That is the initial state of the SMS. It should come, it will invoke on resume, super dot on resume method is invoked. So SMS sent receiver equal to new broadcast receiver. You are defining what the broadcasting you are receiving is. On receive means this code is defining at the deliver end. Context, the current context, delivery context address, intent argument 1. So the intent argument 1 is SMS sent. you are keep tracking that with the help of the some built-in constant available with the activity class. Switch get result code. So how you are going to confirm? Built-in constant values are available with the activity. Case activity result okay means SMS send. If the code generating in between result okay means like how you are generating the Java status code like 404 500 to work properly or not found resource, such similar kind of the constants are used in SMS managing application here. So result okay, if result is okay means SMS sent message is going to set to the get base context, and this SMS sent message is displaying as a toast message in the current window of our mobile device. Suppose if the case is SMS manager dot result error generic failure, it's a built-in constant word. If it is a case of SMS manager dot result error generic failure, so it will display generic failure message. Usually generic failure message is network not reachable. In such cases, usually it will happen. Or if any data, for example, generic failure means you don't have a currency in your mobile phone, you are trying to send the SMS message. In that case, generic failure message it will come. So next, result error no service. Your phone is full of currency, but tower is not reachable. In that case, no service message is going to be displayed. Error, result error, null PDU, processing data unit. Null PDU is empty message you are trying to send as SMS. In that case, processing data unit, that PDU unit not exist means null message you are sending. Your means all these switch case methods are helpful to keep track whether the SMS is sending successful without error or not. Then result error radio off. So radio off usually nearest tower stations, probably sometimes due to power failures there might be switch off. There are two ways. One is power failure, the service radio off. Another one is no service. Right? These are two technical terms used here. So create the broadcast receiver when the SMS is delivered. So here this is for successful sending your SMS or not checking here. Here sent SMS sent. Here in this code SMS delivered you are checking whether properly it is delivered to the destination or not. Again, you are creating the SMS delivered receiver method, and by invoking new broadcast receiver, what is the content of broadcast receiver here? Same on receive, argument current context, and argument 1 through the get result code. If result okay means SMS delivered, else if result cancel means SMS not delivered. These two options are provided in the receiver. Or delay in the delivery. You can add the third more option in the activity. But that constant should exist with the package SMS package manager. SMS manager package, right? Now to communicate, we need to have a registration. So for example, you are the student, I am the faculty. If you are not registered with the MCA class of mobile application, definitely whatever I communicate here, that is not going to be received at the other end. So there should be a commitment or the registration between you and contract between you and me. I am discussing some concepts here, means you are receiving means both are registered, both are connected in such a way that we register each other for this application class, right? So register receiver, two broadcast receivers are required. Register receiver, one is SMS delivered receiver. This SMS delivered receiver is binding through intent filter delivered. The second SMS sent receiver is binding to new intent filter sent. You need to register these two for the broadcast receivers. Then, in case of pause activity, you can unregister the receiver. Means temporarily, if you want to disconnect the SMS service from your application, rather than deleting the code at back end, instead of doing that one, just you invoke these two methods to disconnect your SMS service from your application. Unregistered receiver, SMS sent receiver, then unregistered receiver, SMS delivered receiver. You just suppose otherwise only sending the, you can control only allowing sending the messages, not receiving message. You can control either the way, or you can bar. So that is customized option. Do not disturb. Unregistered SMS delivered receiver. You can force it. It become DND. Do not disturb. Right. So these things we already discussed in the last discussion, right? I hope you understood the how to bind the service of one phone to another phone through the broadcast receiver.
So J value starting from your zero location, J value starting from 1 to up to
Okay.
n minus 1.
So we'll have the in detail discussion in the next class, that is in the afternoon. I will engage at 1:45, continuation of discussion of SMS and email service, right? We'll discuss. Now I'll share the quiz form in the chat window. Complete the quiz. By that time I will take the attendance. Thank you.
E of I less than E of J. If the condition is true, which one will be counted? Arjun? I location or J location? If condition is true,